Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Dinner's on the table. Come on, Ma, just 5 more minutes. So what'd you do in school today? Nothing. Eat your vegetables. I hate vegetables. While troubling, such exchanges are more from an earlier era in which family dinner was virtually inviolate. Today, that glue of family connection and problem solving is often but a memory from ancient Ozzie and Harriet TV shows. Families often graze individually with one parent still at work, if only in the home office. The exhortation about vegetables? It's moot, because the parent ordered in pizza, both because it's easy and the kids prefer it to broiled chicken, broccoli, and quinoa. The kids pop open the pizza box, assuming they hadn't earlier raided the fridge and are no longer hungry, grab their favorite slices, and abscond to their rooms so they can eat while chatting or texting on the phone, watching TV, playing video games, or just maybe doing their homework. But while there is a certain humor in all that, at the risk of being atavistic, I think individuals and families would be wise to try to make family dinner the norm. Here are some thoughts on how to make family dinners work. First, getting started, to break the status quo, you might convene a family meeting. It explains the benefits of family dinner. For example, we all have such busy lives that it's nice to have at least a half hour most nights to check in with each other. Some nights we may have nothing more important to talk about than the food, other nights something more serious or more fun. But knowing that we'll be getting together nightly will be a comforting and probably helpful ritual. Of course, there will be nights that won't be possible, but let's aim to make that the norm. Any questions, comments, criticisms? To avoid having to cook every night, there are plenty of good options. Of course, as always, you could on the weekend make a few things and put them in the freezer. Or use a food delivery service like DoorDash or Grubhub, trying to strike that balance between healthy and delicious. Although the world won't end, and your kids will probably love it, if once a week or so you order in their favorites, healthy or not, pizza, Chinese, whatever. Now let's turn to problems. Sooner or later, someone's going to try to beg off family dinner. A spouse might say, I got to get this work done. Possible response, if it's important enough that you can't wait a half hour, okay, but what do you think? A child might protest, hey, there is this amazing show on. Your possible response, I know you'd rather watch it now than record it and have to wait till after dinner, but family dinner is important enough that I'm going to ask you to wait the half hour. Can you live with that? Then we get into arguments. Kids will snipe. Adults will snipe. No magic answers, just the same insufficient ones that apply to all communication. Try to listen without defensiveness. If you can muster the restraint, paraphrase their concern, then try to respond in a Solomonic way, proposing what seems a wise solution. For example, your child says that he hates your cooking. An understandable visceral reaction is, damn it, I've been at work all day. You're lucky you're not eating sloppy joes. But can you summon the restraint to say something like, I know I'm not the world's greatest cook, especially when I'm tired after a long day of work. Is there anything I make that you'd like me to make tomorrow? Or if you're not the target of the argument, you might put on your insightful shrink hat. For example, I'm wondering if the real reason you're mad at your sister is that she's getting all the praise for a good report card. What do you think? And if so, should you accept that she's a better student than you, or do you want to do anything different to raise your grades? But what if your child throws a tantrum, for example, why do I have to use a sippy cup? Followed by stomping, falling to the floor, crying, and when that doesn't yield results, screaming. Standard advice doesn't get suspended at mealtime. Best practice is something like, that's not going to help. It's only going to make you stay angry. Then try to ignore the behavior until it stops. And if the noise is too disruptive, you might say something like, you're hurting the family dinner. You'll have one more chance to stop. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to your room and wait for dinner till we're all done. Or an older child's version of a tantrum. Why can't I use my phone? Dinner is boring. We're not talking about anything. No devices is a stupid rule. A possible response. If you're on your phone, you're preoccupied, so there's no chance we'll have a good discussion. A half hour away from your phone's worth it. Your child will likely argue back or roll their eyes. If so, best might be to say nothing more, but give a schoolmarmy look with a hint of a knowing smile. Family dinners can go on for weeks without apparent benefit, and certainly without sufficient benefit to compensate for having to adjust schedules for family dinner, only for it to often be a tension-filled affair. Of course, in some cases, the situation might be too unlikely to improve, but more often, it's worth sticking out. a sample response of somebody's saying, we need to stop these stupid family dinners, is to say something like, I understand. Family dinner hasn't been going well, but in the long run, I think we'd regret disbanding it. When I think back on my childhood, family dinner was one of the best things. Does anyone have any suggestions as to what we might do to make them better? Advice in a short little lecturette like this about something as complex as family interaction is reductionistic. But I'm hoping there's enough of value here to give you the courage to give the old-fashioned family dinner a fresh chance. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I would look forward to any comments, to your hitting the share button and sharing on your social media, and or subscribing to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.